Dustin Poirier and Khabib shared a moment backstage after UFC 302.
My knee. Against the fence he pulled me, my knee slid. Everything good. Great. Better than good. My stepbrother? Oh, yeah. Good guy. Good friend. He was well, man. You guys get home safe. Congrats, man. You guys are the best.
Have a safe trip, guys.
Robert Whittaker gives his take on Sean Strickland versus Paulo Costa. Rob doesn't think that Sean does enough to make himself look like the obvious winner of the rounds. He also labels Sean's fight style as annoying.
I think you said it best just at the end there, and I think the commentators also said it. Because he leaves it too close. Every round
way
is too close.
Yeah.
And that's why you lose some decisions you were confident in winning. That's why you can inch out win sometimes, and that's why you inch out losses sometimes, because you don't define the round enough. You don't do enough to make yourself the obvious winner of the round. And I don't think he's trying to do that. I think that's just his fight style. His fight style looks annoying as hell, dude. Like,
it does.
Sean Strickland posted this to his Instagram story following his victory over Paulo Costa last night.
I just got back, and I want to tell you guys, as of always, thank you for your support, man. It means so much to me, and I would not have a life that I have without you guys, and I really appreciate you guys. Like, it means a lot to me. Thank you.
Dana White had high praise for Jon Jones after UFC 302. Dana doesn't think you could call Islam Makhachev the pound-for-pound best, while Jon is still fighting. Dana also discusses the judge who scored it for Paulo Costa last night. He says that guy should not be judging big fights.
He's, one of the greatest of all time. I think he's incredible. I don't think he's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. For anybody to call Islam the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world when Jon Jones is still fighting is nuts and shouldn't be ranking in the pound-for-pound or doing any of the rankings ever, if that's what you really think. Jon Jones has never lost a fight, ever. He's fought all the baddest dudes in the world. And then when you think about what pound-for-pound rankings really mean, he moved it up to heavyweight and destroyed the best guy in the world. As long as Jon Jones is still fighting, active, and in the rankings, yeah, nobody's pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. I mean, when you think about what pound-for-pound really means, right? He fought Volkanovski, who's a weight class lower than him. Jon Jones beat everybody at light heavyweight, then beat the best heavyweight in the division like it was nothing at a higher weight class. So, Jon Jones is absolutely positively the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world, probably the greatest fighter of all time in any sport. When you talk about who's the baddest dude in the world, you put two guys in a room and who walks out, Jon Jones walks out of the room every time. No question about it.
Yeah. And in no way trying to diminish Jon's accomplishments, but he's fought once in the last however many years. Islam's fighting multiple times a year, defending. So at what point does activity outweigh Jon's?
Beautiful. I like that you asked that question. Let's talk about activity. 3 years off. Nobody, not even Ali, nobody's ever come from 3 years off and looked the same. Jon Jones walked through the heavyweight, the number one guy in the heavyweight division, like it was nothing, with 3 years off. Yeah, Jon Jones is the best ever. Ever. And when I say ever, I mean in any combat sport. He's the best ever. You throw Jon Jones in a room with anybody, Jon Jones walks out of the room. It wasn't weird, it was nuts is what it was. It's insane. That guy should never ref a big fight again. They should kick him back down to the minor leagues and let him work on his judging. It's unbelievable. I mean, how anybody who isn't an absolute lunatic could call that fight a split decision. I don't even know what to say about that. It's insane. That guy shouldn't be judging big fights.
Jon Jones responded to Dana. On X, he wrote it felt awesome to get that level of recognition from the boss, the man that's literally been here since UFC 1. I know the haters are not going to like his comments, but Dana's a pretty hard person to argue with. Dana White had a front row seat to my entire career. Facts are facts. Jon ended up getting fact-checked. Says Dana was not in the UFC at UFC 1. Dana started at UFC 30, which was 7 years later. Kamaru Usman reacts to the footage of Conor McGregor out partying just 6 weeks out from the Michael Chandler fight. Usman does not think that Conor is actually blowing this fight off, and he'll come in prepared.
if that's his wife and they're hanging out and having a great time, at least he didn't have a drink in his hand, right? Yeah, he's blowing off some steam, having a great time, partying. If that's what's working for him, that's what's working for him. I don't judge.
Look at Michael Chandler, bro. Michael Chandler's over there hitting the weights. And then Conor McGregor in camp at the club.
Conor McGregor is a smart man. I don't take anything away from him. He's smart enough to now to understand that, hey, I could play possum here if I need to. He could have just left the gym. He's an athlete at the end of the day. So I know Conor is not just blowing this fight off. I think he's going to be prepared. He's going to come in there June 29th and he's going to be ready to rock, because I know Michael Chandler is training, because he is down here right now in South Florida putting the work in the gym.
Islam Makhachev wants double champ status next. Islam wants to move up to welterweight to fight the winner of Leon Edwards versus Bilal Muhammad.
I know you said you wanted that double champ status, but Dana also said that he was very interested in the rematch with Arman. You also at Media Day said you weren't very interested in rematches. You liked new opponents. So do you want that double champ status, or are you willing to fight?
Yeah, of course. Who don't want to be double champion? This is a history, you know, how many double champ we have. This is a dream for all fighters to get second belt, you know. This is my dream, and I want to be in the history and people know me like double champ. This is my dream, you know. It's, if I have chance, small chance, I will get, and it's things what may wake up in the every morning and training very hard, you know.
Alexander Volkanovski is interested in fighting Dustin Poirier. He posted a reaction video to UFC 302 to his YouTube channel last night. Links in the description. Volk says that if Dustin doesn't retire, he'd be willing to do it.
He thinks he might be retiring, not sure, maybe, just maybe, depending on what I'm doing and when, you know, obviously I want to fight later in the year. I don't know exactly what's happening. I don't want to wait too long either. So if the timing works, maybe me and Dustin can maybe have a good fight. I know he's like sort of, you know, just wants good, fun fights. Obviously we've got a lot of respect for each other, and I think that'll be a massive fight. So that's something that I'll be willing to do while I'm waiting for that featherweight title. Maybe a lightweight fight against someone like Dustin Poirier will be great. So you heard it here first. Maybe we can make something happen. Dustin, you're a legend. Keep your head up. That was a great performance still. Maybe we could have a little fun in there, have a little dance. Let me know what you think.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one's from the Eagle has landed. It says that Khabib raised Dustin's hand and Islam respecting him. So proud of them. If only the fans could have the same respect for both of these warriors. The second one from Peter Griffin says Makhachev's last takedown was actually crazy, unique, and creative. Big props to the man, undoubtedly the best lightweight in the world. And the final one's from Angry Dana White says this shows you how Khabib was on another level. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.